I am excited to share with you one of my most favorite neighborhoods in Kansas City, Brookside. So Brookside is kind of confusing because it's not really a city or a town or really a neighborhood. It's a cluster of subdivisions that has gotten the name called Brookside. And it includes several very walkable parks and shopping areas, and we're gonna just jump right in and show you Brookside. So Brookside is in Kansas City, Missouri. Its boundaries are a little bit flexible, depends on who you ask, but basically it runs from 55th Street to Gregory, which is 71st Street, and Ward Parkway to Troost. We're starting our tour here off 55th Street, which is a beautiful stretch of Kansas City. On one side are these big, gorgeous homes, and on the other side is Luce Park, which is a gigantic park which includes a beautiful walking trail, tennis courts, lots of areas to play and run, a beautiful pond with ducks, and probably one of the prettiest rose gardens in Kansas City. We are headed toward Ward Parkway, and these homes, as you get closer to Ward Parkway, get bigger. So that's kind of where the most majestic of the homes in Brookside are found. It's close to Ward Parkway. As this video was made in November of 2023, there were 35 homes for sale, and they ranged from $180,000 to $2 million. I will tell you that the one that I found that was $180,000 was not in good shape at all. I think probably the base price is closer to $280,000, and again, that is would need some fixing up. They do go up into the 2 millions easily, especially if you're close to that Ward Parkway area. Brookside consists of about 12,000 people. It's about 5 miles from downtown. We're right around the corner from the plaza. The location is really spectacular and very walkable. There's several parks in Brookside. There's lots of shopping with several grocery stores, lots of locally owned shops that are charming and wonderful. And one of the things that the people in Brookside really love about these neighborhoods is the walkability, and that you can really get to everything that you need by foot. Most of these homes are around 2,000 and plus square footage. They typically are 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, again, plus or minus. You will notice that many of them are just 1-car garages, and the garages are very small. Some do have shared driveways, and you just work that out with your neighbor and try to be courteous. Some have separated garages that are detached from the house as well. And these were all built in probably around in the 20s. So you're going to find some very old basements, and many of them are on a stone foundation, which is wonderful because it will last forever. But they do weep. They're not necessarily the driest basements that you will find, and you will often find them unfinished. I have seen some really nicely finished basements in Brookside, but that is not the norm. They typically are a little bit rough, older basements. Obviously, it's an old house, so you're going to run into some foundation things and opportunities for having fixed the foundation. The trolley track trail is one of the highlights of Brookside, and it connects the entire subdivision area with an old trolley track trail. It's great for running, strollers, bikes, all kinds of things, and the community really takes advantage of it and loves it. You're going to find lots of different home styles here and architectural styles in Brookside. We don't have the tear downs that we're finding on the Kansas side. They're refinishing these homes rather than tearing them down and rebuilding, which I'm really fond of. The fact that they're really keeping the structure of this neighborhood alive. There are many different kinds of American Tudors. You'll find craftsman bungalows, large colonial revivals, especially over there near Ward Parkway, and American Georgian styles. So many different architectural styles in these. Lots of 2 stories, some bungalows, not many ranches, and definitely no split levels. We've talked about that in other videos. These homes do feed into the Kansas City, Missouri school district, which has been talked about again in other videos and honestly plagued with all kinds of challenges in the last forever. There are some great magnet schools, elementary in particular. The French immersion school feeds these homes. Lafayette Academy. There are many private schools to choose from as well. These Brookside shops were built before the plaza. This was actually the very first suburban shopping center in Kansas City. I wanted to take you in a couple of these Brookside homes of low, medium, and high prices that are for sale or under contract currently in Kansas City. And this is the one I was telling you about that is around 270. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. And you can see that it needs some updates, but it's very cute. It has a lot of this natural wood. That's definitely an original kitchen from probably when was this built? I can't tell, probably the 20s or 30s. Original floors, they probably could be refinished. Again, it just needs a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears to get it up to date, but this is fairly typical in this price range. Original everything. It does have, here we'll kind of skip forward. You can see this stone basement here. These are the stone walls I was telling you about. I'm sure that the electrical has been converted, but you can see this. These are evidence or remnants of the knob and tube wiring, which was what was put in these homes originally. And it does have a detached garage and an alleyway to get to the garage. There you can see that. That's shared as well. So that is what you get for around 270. There aren't too many of those, but that is one example. This is a little bit more typical of what we're finding in Brookside these days. This home was priced, it's active currently. It is priced, I'm going to look down my notes to tell you the right price. It's at $500,000, about 1,500 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath. Does have that detached garage that you can see, but you don't have a shared driveway. It has more updates, nice big kitchen, probably had a wall removed to make it that open at some point. Floors appear to be refinished mostly. They have painted over the woodwork, which is kind of sad to see. Some of the woodwork, if it hadn't been painted yet, a lot of it is really beautiful, but they do sometimes get painted over. But you can see this beautiful crown molding. This one's about, I might have already said this, 1,500 square feet. You can kind of get a peek here into the backyard. They're very small yards. Typically, they do have some patio sometimes or deck, but they are smaller yards. This is the upstairs. A little bit of a renovated bathroom. Primary bedroom, typically pretty big. We're getting another little peek, kind of out of order photos. That one was 500. And we're kind of stair-stepping our way up. This one is 825,000. This one was built in 1912. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, about 3,000 square feet. You can see it has quite a bit larger lot. Still just that one garage. A lot of the woodwork is some of it is natural still. Refinished original floors. We do still have some updates to do, but that has been updated at some point, probably in the 90s is my guess. They have moved the washer and dryer upstairs out of the basement. Lots of windows. That's a second floor balcony kind of sunroom. Windows. There's our basement. Looks like it has had some refinishing. Still can kind of see those stone walls in there. Evidence of knob and tube wiring from back in the day. But they're making it so that you can use it a little bit. Nice patio. A lot of these have great patios. A little bit more space in the backyard for this one. Now, this one was built in 1917. It is on the market currently for around $2 million. It is very close to Ward Parkway, that first neighborhood that I showed you on our driving tour. 6 bedrooms. How many bathrooms? 6 bathrooms. And it's about 6,000 square feet. So you can see it also has a carriage house. It's 2-car garage with probably an apartment up there. Beautiful patio space. It is on 58th Street. I took you down 55th Street, or did I take you down 50? Yeah, I took you down 55th Street. I'm sad to see that a lot of that woodwork is painted. But this is a beautiful example of one of those large ones that is close to Ward Parkway. A lot of space. Butler's pantry, we see that a lot next to the kitchens. And this is like a second dining room or easy kitchen. Nice big updated kitchen space next to where that butler's pantry is. Washer and dryer obviously moved upstairs. All the bedrooms in this home, I believe, are upstairs. Beautiful. They still keep a lot of the charm of the old home, and that's one of the things I really love about Brookside is they're honoring some of those original features, especially in the bathrooms. That could be original tile down there. Sleeping porch, very common back in the day when they didn't have air conditioning. Those are great rooms with a fantastic light. And this is probably to the 3rd floor. Ensuite bathroom. Great roof lines in these upper 3rd floors. And this one does have a bit of a finished basement area. I assume that was in the basement. Big yards over here. There's your detached garage with quarters above. Probably a little apartment. So that's about $2 million. Pretty great. Let me know if you would like to see any of these or any other home in Brookside or in any other area of Kansas City. I'm here to help.